Hey, I'm Sizz, and these are the best weapons to get from the level 2 traders. So I figured I'd start this video off with what is probably the best available weapon from the level 2 traders, and that is the UMP from Peacekeeper level 2 for $329 US. The reason I think this weapon is the best is because of its recoil control. You really don't have to mod this weapon at all, and it still is kind of a laser beam to be honest, and it's definitely the easiest to control of all of the weapons that you have so far. In terms of attachments, I like to run the RK4 from Skier level 2 for about 9,000 rubles. The reason I chose this is because 1, you get a nice little recoil bonus, and 2, you get a nice little ergo boost, so that always helps with your weapons. I also like to run a flashlight on basically all my weapons, and in this case it's no different. I have the 2IKS flashlight from Skier level 2 for 22,800 rubles. Now you don't have to run a flashlight, you could run a laser if you want, you could run nothing, it's honestly up to you. I personally prefer the flashlight because it helps me see in areas where my old eyes can't see, and it can save your life, to be honest. You can just shine it in your opponent's face and it gets you a lot of kills. After you put those two on, you can either run the iron sight or put your sight of choice on, it doesn't really matter. And like I said, you don't really have to mod this weapon all that much for it to be good, so this is a pretty cheap option. You just got to run the .45 ACP FMJ from Peacekeeper level 1, it's about $1 US a shot, and just go to town with it. My next weapon of choice would be the RFB from Skier level 2 for about 55,000 rubles. This is another great choice early wipe, and it's also a pretty decent budget choice later on down the wipe as well. The reason I say that is because early wipe you can run the M80s with this weapon, and you get the M80s from Peacekeeper level 2, so you get it pretty early on, and these rounds pack a punch to them early wipe. You can drop pretty much anybody early wipe, I would say. And then later on in the wipe you also get the M61s and the M62s, which are really good, and they can basically drop anybody, I would say, no matter what. In terms of attachments, I like to put the thread spacer on from Skier level 2 for about 2.3k euros, and then with that you can also put the 2A Armament X3 Compensator on from Mechanic level 2 for 8,700 euros, which kind of helps. You don't really have a suppressor from the level 2 trader, so until you get a suppressor, these two go together pretty decently. And then as well as that, we have the RK4 Foregrip from Skier level 2 for 9,145 rubles. And then that's basically all you need. You can just put your sight of choice on and get your mags from Mechanic level 2 and you're good to go. My last weapon here is the AK-74N from Prapor level 2 for 35,800 rubles. And honestly, this is one of my favorite budget weapons. You're kind of limited in what you can use on it without using the flea market, so that's why I put it below the UMP and the RFB, but it's still a pretty decent weapon with some pretty decent bullets that can pack a punch to them. In terms of attachments, I like to put the Hexagon sound suppressor on from Skier level 2 for 45,278 rubles. I know it's a little bit of money to put a suppressor on, but it helps a lot, especially as a solo player, and it kind of helps with your recoil a little bit, which is also nice. And next up we have the B10 Handguard from Skier level 2 for 7,049 rubles, and we put this on so that we can put on the RK4 Foregrip from Skier level 2 for 9,145 rubles. Now if you want to put a sight on, you can put on the Bastion Dusk cover from Skier level 2 for 6,325 rubles, and again that will let you put on basically your sight of choice. You can run any sight you want and you're good to go once you have that dust cover on. And lastly, we got the RP1 charging handle from Skier level 2 for 3,063 rubles, and this just gives you a tiny little bonus to your ergonomics, which again always helps. In terms of ammo you're going to want to run for this gun, you can grab BT from the flea market or BP from the flea market. I will say the BP is definitely cheaper, but the BT is better, so you can kind of make that choice up how you will if you want to go with the cheaper or the more expensive. I think both of them will get the job done at this point in the wipe, but it's up to you what you want to run. These are all the builds I got for you guys today. If any of these builds worked out for you, let me know in the comments, and also let me know what your guys' favorite level 2 trader weapon is. I'd love to know. With all that being said, be sure to keep a lookout for my level 3 trader video, which should be coming out soon, and I also got some more guides on the way, so be sure to stay tuned for that, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.